Hello and welcome to this screencast. My name is Oliver Wirkus. I'm a senior SharePoint consultant with Softlanding in Vancouver, Canada, and I'm also a Microsoft MVP. This video is part of a series of videos that we at Softlanding created to assist our App Modernization initiative. The videos in this series are providing technical information for developers and IT admins that is directly related to our app modernization workshops and talks. Before we start, please allow me to quickly introduce Softlanding. We are a Vancouver-based Microsoft systems integration partner founded in 2000. We have about 50 staff in our Vancouver office and are partnered with, amongst others, Cyrusen, Metalogix, Nintex, and specialize in Microsoft Enterprise Technology. Our area of expertise comprises of 4 pillars. Number 1 is the Microsoft Productivity Stack, including Office 365 and SharePoint. Pillar number 2 is all about Microsoft infrastructure, including Azure and on-premises infrastructure. Pillar 3 is focused on custom development like app development, SharePoint and Azure development. And Pillar 4 is our security practice. If you would like to know more about what we are doing and how we might help you, please visit our website or contact us via info@softlanding.ca. Azure is a great platform to host your modernized business applications. Besides providing additional options for storing data and blobs, as shown in the previous videos, applications in Azure can also exchange messages. Exchanging messages can be helpful if you want to enable your modernized business applications to, let's say, talk to each other directly. In this video, I will show you how to create a message queue in Azure and how to send and receive messages. To be able to utilize Microsoft Azure as platform to host your business applications, you first need to have a subscription. If you don't have a subscription yet, you can always get a trial subscription that is available for 1 month free of charge. Navigate to www.azure.microsoft.com and sign up for a free trial account. As I just mentioned, in this video I'm going to create an Azure message queue. In addition, I will show you how you can send and receive messages. In the subsequent videos, we will take this demo application and enhance its functionality and reliability. Okay, so let's jump right in and switch over to my dashboard in the Azure portal. Here you can see all the resources I have created within the previous videos. So let's click on All Resources, click on the Storage account, and let's scroll down to Queue Service and click on Queues. So here you can see I don't have any queues yet, and if you want to create queues within Azure, you can't do that within the Azure portal. You need to switch over to your dev environment and do it by code. And this is what I'm going to do right now. So I'm switching over to my dev environment. This is Visual Studio 2015, and on the right side you can see my App Modernization demo application. So in this application I would like to send and retrieve messages, and I would like to use a view to display the message. So the first step I need to do is I need to create a new view. I'm clicking on Views, Home, Add and View. The new view should have the name Queue, and I'm staying with the out-of-the-box _layout CS HTML template file here. So let's click on Add, and Visual Studio is creating a basic view. In this basic view I need to have an additional variable called string message. This is of type string, and this variable will hold the message I'm going to send and retrieve, and I will get that message text from the view data array, and let's call that queue message. So now I have the message in a local variable, and the last step I need to take here is I need to display this message, and let's use the h3 tag for that. So write message colon and our variable here. Okay, that's all we need in the view, so save the view and close the view. So next step is I need to update my home controller. So the home controller needs to have an additional action, and this action is used to send and retrieve messages. So I'm clicking on the home controller here, scrolling down, and here I'm going to create a new action, public action result, let's call it queue, and of course this action result is returning a view. Okay, so next step is I need to have two additional variables of type string. One is called account name, and the other one is called key value. So let's switch back to my Azure subscription, to my storage account, click up until settings and access keys, click on access keys here, and here you can see the storage account name that I'm using, so I click to copy, and I'm pasting that account name here to the first variable. I switch back to the Azure portal, and here's the key I'm going to use. So I'm clicking here, key is copied, switch back to Visual Studio, and I'm pasting the key here to the second variable. Okay, so with the account name and the key value I can create credentials. So let's do that right now. Credentials equals new storage credentials, and here I'm passing my account name and the key value. So with credentials I can create a cloud storage account. So let's create a new variable, account equals new cloud storage account, and here I'm passing my credentials, and I'm setting the second parameter to true. As you can see here, true means you use HTTPS. Okay, so let's continue with the code. Now that I have an account, I can create a Cloud Queue client. So next step is create a variable client equals account dot create Cloud Queue client. Here it is. So now I have a Cloud Queue client, that I can use that client to create a message queue. Var message queue equals client dot get queue reference, and this is very important if you want to create or use a message queue. It's very important that the name of the message queue can only consist of lowercase characters. So don't use any uppercase characters here, because that won't work. And I learned it the hard way too. So let's go with App Modernization message queue, all in lowercase characters. Good. Now that we have a message queue, we can create the message queue. Message queue dot create if not exists. Okay. So Now the message queue is existing, and we can continue with creating a message. So let's create that message. Var message equals new cloud queue message. And here I'm passing the string I would like to send. Let's go for hello world. Welcome to App Modernization. Okay. So now we have the message, and we can add the message to the queue. So message queue dot add message, and I'm passing the message I would like to send. So with this I can send a message. So next step is I would like to retrieve the message. In a real world scenario you would do that within a separate application, but as this is just a demo, I'm using the same application, so I'm sending and retrieving my message within the same action here. So let's try to retrieve the message. So first I need to have a variable again, and I call it retrieved message, and I'm getting the message from the message queue dot get message. So I need to have a string variable, and this string variable should hold the string part of the message. So let's call it string to display equals retrieved message dot string. So this will get me the message string, because I'm not interested in any additional parameters of that message. Okay, now we should have our message back. So what else can we do? So we can go for message queue. Oops, we can go for message queue dot delete message. So this is how you can delete a message. Let's delete the retrieved message, and you can also delete a message queue completely. That will look like this. So message queue dot delete. So this is just an example. I'm not going to do that right now here, so I'm commenting out this message queue delete call here. And the last step I need to take is I need to pass the message string to my view. To do that, I'm accessing the view data array again. That has been queue message here, and this equals string to display. So with this I'm passing the message string to my view. Okay, let's save that and close it. The last thing I need to do is I would like to show my newly created view within the main navigation. And to do that I need to open _layout.cshtml file, and as I've done that in the previous videos, I'm just copying that line here, pasting it in again. So this should be queue. So this is what we want to see in the main navigation, and the name of the view is queue, and this view is part of the home controller. Okay, let's save that, close it, and build the application. So build has been started, and build succeeded. Great. So let's publish the application and see how it looks like. So I'm right-clicking on the application and I'm clicking on Publish. You might remember that I have already created a publishing profile within my first video, so I don't need to update or change my publishing profile here. I simply can continue with clicking on Publish. So now Visual Studio is publishing our updated App Modernization demo to Azure. Internet Explorer is showing up because it's my default browser in my dev environment here. And Internet Explorer is trying to access our updated app. So here we go. And as you can see here, there's the queue in the main navigation. And if I click on queue, I'm expecting to see the message. And here we go, message colon, hello world, welcome to App Modernization. So that looks great. So let's switch back to the Azure portal. Here's my storage account again. And let's scroll down to queue service, click on queues again. And here you can see now we have our queue. The queue name is App Modernization Message Queue, and this is the URL that you can use to access that queue. So as you've seen, there are just a few steps needed to enable an existing web application to send and retrieve messages. In the following video, we will add additional functionality to this web application as well as enhancing its reliability. Thank you very much for watching this video and stay tuned.